Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about these speakers, the JBL 305p MK2s. These speakers are amazing. I've had them for over 2 years now, so this is more of a long-term review of these speakers. So I originally bought them in 2019. Upgrading to speakers is like one of the most important things you could ever do for a music producer or anybody for a home studio. Speakers are like one of the biggest choices you could ever make, and I remember just looking through online reviews for ages and being like, what speakers should I get? And then these kept popping up as like the #1 choice. Really lived up to the name, like I was super happy. Let's delve into some of the mechanics of these speakers and talk about them. On the back of these speakers, we've got a couple of options. So basically we have two different inputs. We've got the balanced inputs. So we've got our XLR and jack inputs. We have input sensitivity. So that's basically the audio coming into the speakers, how sensitive it is to the audio coming in. So I've got it at -10 decibels. If I have it at +4, it means that it would play audio a bit louder. If I have the volume up, we've got high frequency trims. So that means that it cuts the high frequencies out if it's at -2 decibels. If it's at 0, it does no effect. If it's at +2 decibels, it means that it's pushing those high frequencies up by 2 decibels. It has it all right here as well. We've got the boundary EQs, which are basically doing the bottom end. So we've got it at 0 decibels. If you want less bass, we could have it at -1.5 or -3 decibels if you want less bass being played. But basically that's all it is. We've got a volume knob and we've got our turning on and off button, and we have a power AC adapter. When turning on these speakers, I would highly recommend you turn your audio interface on, your computer on first before turning on the monitors. Otherwise these speakers will pop, and I've had it happen so many times. So I don't recommend turning these speakers on before you turn on your audio interface and your computer. The cable that it does come with is the power cable. So this is the power cable. So it has these 3 inputs and the Australian plug on the other side because I live in Sydney, Australia. And that just pops in there. Really nice and easy. In terms of speaker stands, what I was using at first was these Auralex acoustic pads. These were fantastic for a while. Basically, I used to just stick 2 at the bottom of there and then have it like that. But then it got a bit too low because I rose my monitor up on my desk. I actually invested in these isoacoustic stands that have these rubber bases, and then you can stick these on top and the audio is isolated, and I've not had a problem with these stands at all because it's made out of rubber, so it's like shock absorptive. Basically it has a great foundation for your speaker. In terms of the sound quality of these speakers, I've never had a problem with the sound quality. The bass has always been fantastic. The high frequencies have always come through and the mids sound delicious. So I'm always very happy with these monitors. The playback's always been fantastic. The speakers have always had a bit of a buzz when I've had them turned on for a long time, and I'm wondering if it's because I've got the volume knob all the way up or the input sensitivity. In terms of the actual monitors themselves, one thing I have noticed is these have always been coming off on the sides, and I'm trying not to push them too much, but on both of these speakers on the corners, the actual layering has been coming off, which is weird. And in terms of placement, I always have them like vertically. I never have them horizontally when I have them turned on. Apparently it's bad for the mechanics of the actual speakers to have them horizontally instead of vertically. They're kind of made for them because you got the speaker here and then you have this speaker up here as well. So it's made for vertical use, not horizontal use. So in terms of setting up these monitors, here's how I like to do it. Basically with these monitors, you can customize them how you want them. Like there's no left to right because they can come in two separate boxes and you can order them solo, so there's no like left to right. Have all of our settings in the right order, so make sure that all of our settings are correct. And then basically put them on the actual stands. Make sure that they are pointing towards us. Some people get like tape, properly measure it up so there's a proper triangle. So I'm gonna get the other monitor, put it on the other side. So I'll plug in the XLR side, and then on the other side, I'll put that in the audio interface. There we go. We'll plug the power cables in. You can kind of do it either way. Maybe I recommend doing the power cable first because you never know if you've actually got them turned on or not, and they might pop if you connect them. And now we can pretty much turn the speakers on. And how you know that the speakers are turned on is there's like a blue light that appears next to the JBL Professional logo, and that's when you know they're actually turned on and connected. The next thing to do is just making sure that your audio settings are connected on the actual Mac or Windows computer, whatever you're using. So to do that, I just go on my sound options, select the audio interface that I'm using. So I select Claret 2 Pre. And for audio MIDI settings, I basically just select the audio interface as well. This is how the monitors sound. They sound great. Basically for the price, they've lasted for over 2 years. They've done well. I've moved them from studio to studio. They've always done a great job. They're easy to use. You have so many different options here in terms of the EQing. You've got your high sensitivities, you got your boundary EQs, you've got your input sensitivity options, you've got multiple different input options too. I do highly recommend these speakers for anybody who is interested in their first pair of speakers because they are more of an introductory pair of speakers. In terms of comparing these to like the Yamaha HS8s and the KRKs, they are sort of in the same realm and world as these, and they do have more of a competitive price. Yeah, I would personally recommend these speakers because they have lasted me a very long time and I'm very happy with them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You found it very educational. You found out all the cables, you learned about all the parts of the actual monitors, and you learned that these monitors don't come with cables. You learned not to put them horizontally, have them vertically, and overall, you'll have them for a while. So it's a great investment for your studio or just for your office in general. So yeah, have yourself a beautiful day, guys. I'll see you guys next time on the next video. Like and subscribe if you want more content like this, and I'll see you guys again soon.